And voting underway in 288 assembly seats across the Indian state of Maharashtra.
Also, in 38 seats in the second and final phase in Jharkhand, votes will be counted on the 23rd of November. Now, Maharashtra is witnessing a fierce battle for power between two major alliances, the Mahayuti and the MVA. On the one hand is the Mahayuti alliance led by the Bharatiya Janata Party. It comprises the breakaway faction of Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar led NCP. And then on the other hand, you have the Mahavikas Aghadi MVA alliance led by Congress, Uddhav Thackeray led Shiv Sena and NCP led by Sharad Pawar.
Voting will conclude at 6 p.m. local time. A total of 4,136 candidates are in the fray, which includes 2,086 independent contenders. The BJP is contesting in 149 seats. Shinde's Shiv Sena on 81, Ajit Pawar's NCP on 59. The Congress has fielded 101 candidates. Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena 95 and NCP led by Sharad Pawar has fielded 86 candidates.
Meanwhile, the MVA was hit by corruption allegations on the eve of election, with a retired police officer accusing Sharad Pawar's daughter Supriya Sule and State Congress Chief Nana Patole of being involved in a fraud case involving cryptocurrency that dates back to 2018. There is a voice note which has gone viral on social media platforms and that has raised a lot of questions. The funds, he alleged, have been used for campaigning in the assembly election. Now, Sule has denied any wrongdoing and lodged a civil and criminal defamation case against Sudhanshu Trivedi, the BJP spokesperson, who held a press conference on this matter and presented audio clips which he claimed were evidence of involvement of Patole and Sule.
Speaking of Jharkhand, then, the JMM-led India bloc and the NDA led by BJP is locking horns in the state. Voting for 38 seats underway in 14,218 polling booths and will continue till 5 p.m., barring 31 booths where it will end at 4 p.m. In the first phase, 43 seats went to polls and turnout of 64.8% was recorded. Altogether, for 528 candidates, 472 men, 55 women and a third gender person are in the fray in this phase. Among the key contenders are Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren, his wife Kalpana Soren and the leader of opposition Amar Kumar Bauri.
Besides assembly elections in Maharashtra and Jharkhand, the Election Commission of India is also holding bypolls in 15 assembly seats across Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Kerala and Uttarakhand today.
And for more on this, our principal correspondent Disha Shah is joining us live from Mumbai. Disha, thank you so much for joining us. People of Maharashtra are voting to elect representatives to the state's 288-strong assembly. What can you tell us about the mood on ground, and are people slowly coming out to vote?
Firstly, good morning to you and the viewers who are watching us here on WION. And it is a very pleasant and energetic morning because here we are right outside a polling center and we can see long queue of voters coming in. We can see mostly the senior citizens also coming in huge numbers, and amid tight security to ensure that the voting process goes on smoothly and securely, we are looking at a tightened security as well. And this is one such polling center, and there are similar sentiments on the other polling centers across in Mumbai and across the state of Maharashtra as well. Talking about why these elections are significantly important. Firstly, because Maharashtra always has been known as a swing state. Why I call it as a swing state is because in the last 5 years, we have seen 3 different chief ministers. We have seen 3 governments. We have seen splits in 2 big regional parties. So this time around, we are talking about a direct contest between the 2 major alliances. That's the Mahayuti and the Mahavikas Aghadi. Here, the Mahayuti is trying to retain its power and Mahavikas Aghadi is trying a very strong comeback. And if you talk about what has really dominated in terms of key issues as well, it's right from unemployment to inflation to agrarian distress to even Maratha agitation. All of these have really dominated throughout the election campaigning process as well. And we are also looking at key contenders here. We are looking at clash between the families. We are looking at fight between the families. We are looking at legacies. We are also looking at a direct battle between the former chief ministers as well. And that is why these elections, they hold a very important significance on the ground level. If you talk about the election of the mood of the people on the ground level, they only want the contestants and the candidates to actually just fulfill the promises that has been made in their agenda time and again. And if we talk about specifically the parties here, here we are talking about the two direct contest between the NCP versus NCP, especially in the western state of Maharashtra, especially in the western Maharashtra, where both the parties are contesting directly in 36 seats. And then if we talk about the urban centers like Mumbai, it is going to be an epicenter between the Shiv Sena versus the Shiv Sena, where there is a direct contest between these two parties in at least 51 seats. So here we are talking about key contenders like Aditya Thackeray contesting against Milind Deora from the Worli constituency in Mumbai, a very high profile constituency which has always been a Shiv Sena bastion, especially the Uddhav Thackeray side. So it's very good. It's important to see how that shapes up. Then if you talk about Thane, here the Chief Minister of the state, Eknath Shinde, is directly contesting against the Congress candidate. Also, if you talk about the Baramati, here we are going to look at a fight between the families. Here Ajit Pawar is going to contest against his own nephew Yugendra Pawar, who is contesting for the very first time. And Baramati again has been Pawar bastion, but especially the Sharad Pawar bastion. So how that dynamic is going to change is something which will be very important to watch out for.
Bit in that initial response as well, but I also wanted to get your thoughts on this, that, you know, when it comes to Maharashtra, a lot of people are saying that it's cash, it's caste, it's crop, it's community, and I think given the latest controversy, it's also cryptos which are perhaps going to be determining a lot of the outcome. At this point, Disha, you know, it was just 6 months ago that we saw the opposition taking the lead in the results that came in out of the 48 Lok Sabha seats that were there, and the MVA came up on top. How much of that do you feel can reflect in this current poll that is going on within the state?
Well, absolutely. So the leaders who really went on the ground, the key candidates who were really campaigning from the ruling side, they went all guns out to ensure that they do not see the similar performance what they saw during the Lok Sabha elections, because here we saw the MVA, the opposition, winning its majority. So to ensure that this does not happen, we saw number of rallies being conducted. We saw national leaders also coming in and campaigning on ground level, especially going door to door, like Narendra Modi we saw, Prime Minister, we also saw Amit Shah, we also saw Nitin Gadkari for that matter. So all of them really campaigned very hard to ensure that they put across their promises, they put across welfare schemes, especially for women as well, because why? Women constitute 49% of the voting population. So for them, the ruling party has launched several welfare schemes for the empowerment of the women. So that is something that they have staged up one level according to them. Whereas if you talk about MVA, they want to repeat that sort of performance which we saw 6 months earlier in Lok Sabha. So they are all going guns out, especially on the promises that what they will do if they come to power, especially in these elections. So like launching different welfare schemes for women. If you talk about unemployment, how to actually go about and getting jobs for the educated youth. If you talk about agrarian crisis, the Maratha, which constitute more than 40% of the voting population, what they will do when they come to power. So all of these have really been the talk of the town in the past few months. But on the ground level, especially the voters, they do not feel there has been any change in the last 6 months or so from the Lok Sabha till now in terms of any changes on the ground level. So they really want any government that comes to power, be it the current chief minister or be it the former chief minister like Uddhav Thackeray, but they should just fulfill the poll promises that they really make.
Always been a very, very exciting state to watch, and definitely we'll connect with you later in the day as we get a better understanding of the kind of turnout that we're seeing and the kind of the number of people that we're seeing in different polling stations. Thank you so much. That was Disha Shah getting us the latest from Mumbai as Maharashtra goes to polls.